If they ever leaked our Rick Friend tapes, the way Trump's tapes got
it's
leaked,
over.
yeah, it would be super wild, guys. I'm saying this because the podcast is starting right now, but we've been talking for the past like 5 minutes
About all the things that we just kind of can't
right.
say.
Yeah, neither one of us can run for president anytime soon. But then again, maybe we could. My name's Matthew Trammell. I'm joined by Mark Anthony Green. Welcome to Rick's Friendly Elevated Conversation. Brought to you by Tequila Avion. Today we're drinking an Avion Michelada. Some Avion Silver, fresh lime juice, agave nectar, and some Mexican hot sauce. It's cold out, so it's good.
Dumb cold out.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw a dude today. I'm not making this up just for the podcast.
Okay.
I saw a dude today wearing flip-flops. Now, yesterday, it snowed 6 inches, 7 inches.
Uh-huh.
And he was wearing like a North Face, but he had on flip-flops. And on one hand, I'm like most people, which is like, yo, fuck that dude, he's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, I like when people choose random enemies. And what that guy did is he woke up this morning and he said, Mother Nature today is my enemy and I'm going to go tell her to go fuck herself.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of inspired by it. I got to be honest.
There is a, there's sort of like a nihilist angle to it. There's kind of like an anarchist vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why should I fucking conform to your standards of weather and dress? If I want to wear flip-flops right now,
straight up,
that's what I'm going to wear. I'll lose a toe for this. I saw a little kid salute a police officer in the subway. He was like, it was a kid and his mom, and then his sister was sitting across. And so mom, like 2 little kids, maybe he was like 6 or 7 or 8, and he was like, they were speaking Spanish, and then 2 cops were walking down the platform, and he was like, he looked out the window and saw them and got all excited and was like, oh, look, like, I mean, he's like talking Spanish, but like, he's like speaking in Spanish, but he's like, oh, look, he's a police officer, look. And he like saluted, the cop like saluted back and laughed, and like, it was just this little, I was like, oh man, like, look at that. Like, this kid, like, it's like he saw a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, he believes, like, he's like, that's awesome. I was like, that was very nice. It was a nice little scene.
That's positive.
Yeah, I thought so.
Some days I don't feel like saluting police officers.
I mean, I was like, I try to remember what I thought about that at that age. Like, but, yeah, it was like,
Shout out to all the good police officers keeping us safe. Saluting little kids. And, shout out to the bad ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to little kids, too.
Shout out to little kids.
I saw a lot of kids on scooters after Christmas. Like the day after Christmas or maybe the day after, like 2 days after, it was really warm. And I was in the city. And there was like at least 5 scooter sightings. And I was just like, maybe the razor came back on the low. And I just didn't know because I'm not a child anymore.
Did you get your mini bike?
No.
How you feeling?
I got a microwave.
Wait, did you? I never asked you. Like, what did you get for Christmas? You got a microwave?
I chose between a PS4 and a microwave. And
that's weird, Trammell.
I got the microwave because I needed one because the microwave I had broke. But I'm probably still going to get a PS4 at some point.
That's just so non-luxurious.
I mean,
like, that's such a utility. Like,
I'm an adult,
So who bought you the microwave? Your parents?
My mother.
Your mother got you the microwave?
Yep.
Is it an ill microwave?
Nope. Warms food up. That's all it has to do.
Do you microwave a lot of your dinners?
No.
How often do you use the microwave? Just
it's
grilling this motherfucker.
It's there when I need it. Have we talked about the microwaves in our building that reheat food when you leave it in there for too long? Have we talked about this?
No.
If you put your plate of food in it and you set it for 1 minute and it cools off, and you leave it in there like for 4 minutes after, it'll start up again and monitor the temperature of the food so that when you go to finally pick it up, it's like heated.
That's in the World Trade Center?
That's like in our kitchen. Yeah.
I don't know if we got that. That might be just at the New Yorker.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
We got the basic.
Yeah.
We got the basic joint.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, the microwave game is crazy out here.
Wait, do you bring your lunch? You're not one of those guys.
Hell no. No.
Oh,
Not to say hell no, like that's crazy.
I hate that's like people who bring their lunch to work bother me.
It's probably more responsible. That's like a good thing to do.
Why?
Because you save money and it's probably going to eat better and you know, it's just
No, you could get a healthy lunch. In 2017, there's no reason to not get a healthy lunch.
It's true, but it's like, I'm just saying, you know, it's probably a better thing to do. Not saying that I'm about
Yeah, but
to
then
do
I
it.
gotta smell your lunch.
That's true. But then you go eat in the kitchen or something. You don't eat at your desk. You can.
And then you'll walk into work with a fucking
Tupperware.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the only downside of it.
That's a
true.
huge downside.
Right.
Every day walking to work with Tupperware, and then I gotta smell your lasagna.
Yeah.
Come on, that's whack.
No, I get you.
The best part of the day is breaking for lunch. Why would you take that away from yourself?
Now, here's a theory. If jobs in America served breakfast, like if office jobs served breakfast, no one would ever be late for work.
Say it one more time.
If your job had like continental breakfast the way hotels do, you know what I mean? Like if your job served breakfast,
right,
no one would ever be late for work because food is the ultimate like motivational factor, you know? And I guarantee you that people would be more productive, and that money that you spent serving breakfast would then come back to you like threefold. I think
that you're absolutely right, and
you know what I mean?
You should sell that idea.
You would be.
You need to do a TED Talk.
Yeah, like you would be at work at 8:30 every morning if you were like, oh yeah.
Especially if it was like a little chicken biscuit, like some shit you really wanted.
Yeah, like there's
wow, that's brilliant.
There's like waffles. There's like a waffle maker there at work. Fantastic.
Listen, Avion, if you could just make sure there's like a little biscuit sandwich situation, we'll start being more punctual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They take good care of us, man. This cocktail here is pretty awesome, but I wouldn't drink it at 8:30 in the morning. You know, a waffle on the other hand.
Right.
But yeah, what was like a good random odd job that you had in your youth that had nothing to do with what you ended up?
I was worst job I ever had was housekeeping. I was housekeeping at a hotel.
Wow.
Shout out to the outskirts of Kansas City, Kansas. And it sucked. It was terrible. And I worked the night shift 6 days a week.
Damn. How old were you?
I was in high school, and I was going to quit. So the first day I cleaned up shit, piss, and throw up on my first day.
Damn.
And
so this was like
they made me put on a wolf costume and dance around a bunch of kids. And meanwhile, I'm like,
wait, what?
Yeah, like there's like, you know, it's a hotel and a water park put together. So it's nothing but a bunch of families, and they're all stressed out. So they call you at like 2 a.m. and they're like, yeah, the kid's throwing up everywhere. I need you to come clean this up.
Wow.
So it's the worst job ever, right? So the first night.
Who hated you enough to get you roped up into this?
My father got me the gig. Shout out to my dad. He was working at the company that did the complex or something. So he gets me the worst job ever.
Yeah.
The first day I want to quit, I go home and I tell my mother, and I'm like cocky. I'm not even cocky. I don't even think anything of it. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to do this again. One and done. My mother, 2 hours. That's the type of man I raised. Type of man that can't do no hard work. But you better than cleaning up, throw up. You better than this. Yeah, uncle would be da-da-da. Yeah, the grandfather would be da-da-da-da. I mean, she's giving me bars for 2 hours.
As
and
she
just
should.
cave.
Yep.
And I'm like,
took your ass back
fuck
to
it.
work. Hell yeah. Put
So
that
I did
wolf
it for
costume on.
Listen.
And pop and lock for those
Right,
kids.
and get to dancing. Get to fucking dancing. And I did that for a whole summer. And you know what I learned from it? Nothing.
Yeah, you know.
It was not listen, I don't care what my mother tells you.
Yeah.
I didn't learn a single.
Didn't build character.
It built zero character.
Right.
You know, it made me despise water parks.
Right.
Despise children.
Yeah.
Despise hotels.
You just contributed to like what's probably a bad business.
Yeah.
Basically.
And if I ever see a wolf, I'm kicking it in the face. Peter can come find me.
Just traumatized.
Yeah, I'm traumatized. No, it was whack.
Yeah, that's
It was
really
super
funny.
whack. What's the worst job you ever had?
I can't say it's the worst, but I did like a summer internship for Citibank, but it was like the corporate office, and it was like global wealth management or just one of those things where it's
Can't
just like,
imagine you there.
It's just like an office that's like just doing office things, like not, you know what I mean? Like there's no product being made. There's no, it's just like cubicles, and you know I was like it was paid, so I was like, word, I'm getting paid, but. I was like, I'm obviously just clearly not gonna do this in life, you know? Like,
right.
This is just so thoroughly not my future that I'm not even worried, no matter what it is. But, with that, with that frame of reference in mind, like I was like, word, I'm gonna just do this because I get paid. You know what I mean? So
right.
And then I developed a good relationship with a young woman who worked there, and she was like, well, just a grown woman, not a young woman, but
wow.
No, she was like like a mentorship type thing. Like she was married.
Oh yeah, like, quote unquote mentor for sure. Yeah, mentor.
Stop being you're being anti-feminist right now.
How am I being anti-feminist? You can have a
female mentor and have it not be in some sort of like sexualized kind of whatever dynamic. Mark Anthony Green.
I'm making fun of you.
Small-minded.
This ain't about women. This is me making fun of you.
Just regressive. No, I'm kidding.
Talking about.
But anyway,
I met a little young lady there.
No, I mean I don't. I don't know. Like I don't know how else to say it. And she was really fucking like smart and established and like had like risen in the ranks of this thing and was very successful and like lived with her husband in some big brownstone on the Upper East Side and like blah blah blah. One day, like halfway through the internship, whatever, we would like get lunch or whatever, and then she was like, it was like during the crash, like when the economy was going really far down, whatever that was, like 2007 or whatever, and she was like, she was like, don't get caught here, like don't get trapped in this, like don't do this, because like we all, you know what I mean, basically just like in a like off the record appeal to like, you know what I mean, like don't end up sitting in an office doing global wealth management, like please, because like even the people that are the best at it and like
they're depressed.
It's just like not. And I was like, I'm 10 steps ahead of you, buddy, don't worry.
Legend.
Come August, I'm fucking off this thoroughly. But
mentors are tight.
Yeah, without question. They're so vitally important.
You know?
They're so like, yeah, I mean, I credit like everything pretty much with like people that are just older and smarter than me that were able to be like, this is
my OGs.
You should do. Yeah, man, definitely.
Man.
Like, don't work in global wealth management. That's like some of the best advice I ever got from a mentor, you know?
Did you see that Drake and Future's tour was the highest grossing hip hop tour of all time? Yeah, they made like 80-something million.
That's dope. That's good.
Trammell's having a hard time complimenting this.
Yeah.
He's having a tough time.
That's a good thing. Country music live blows any other genre out of the water as far as revenue.
Really?
Yeah, country music is like, if I'm not mistaken, the most popular live genre.
Why?
Like, because well, the trade-off is that it's the worst in streaming and in like the digital sphere.
Right.
So
because young people don't give a fuck about it.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, family, like
it's basically the Donald Trump of music.
Right. But like you think about like what are your behaviors, what are your like patterns? It's not like Coachella music festivals, you know? It's like the exact opposite of that type, and it's like its own self-contained like little bubble. You know what I mean? That's like isolated from everything else, you know?
Right.
But yeah, so it was like, I don't know, Billboard put it out like a year ago, I think, or more recently than that. But I was really shocked to see that like they like earn basically a lot of money from people just being super loyal to this thing even still existing. You know? It's like a little like faith in itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like church exists because you go to church, not just because you read the Bible. You know, so it's like the same kind of like whatever, which was really bugged out for me to like think about, because it's like it's like invisible everywhere else, you know. And it's also weird that the genre of music that gets to be called country, as in like our country, that's like this is American music basically, is like the most like exclusionary kind of genre. You know what I mean? Like it's a genre that like the least amount of people are like engaging with on a global scale, you know? It only like it's not people in London listening to American country music. Or people in Japan.
Or and they call it Americana now, which is even more to your point.
Right. Like, it's weird. There's something weird about that. I don't know what.
The only country singer that I listen to is Jason Isbell. You ever listen to him? You know who that is? He's I guess he just would be like Americana or something. But he's amazing.
Really?
He's like legit.
Word.
Like I've recommended Isbell. Go listen to that Southeastern classics.
Southeastern?
That's the name of the album.
Oh, okay.
His best album, in my opinion.
Well, you're from the South, so you probably know a lot about that. You probably know a lot about that.
Man, listen, I need all of my Midwest.
Yo, you know what else? Well, that's not Midwest, but I saw this band called Lettuce. That's a jam band. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know anything about jam bands, like that type of...
I still don't.
Yeah, it's like... And they were dope. They were good. They played at Brooklyn Bowl, and it's like kind of like... I guess there's like Grateful Dead, and then there's like Fish, and then there's like the kind of like that whole offshoot world of that, where like people follow tours and where a band goes on and like plays like jams for like 4 hours, right? And it's like no vocals, and it's like 12 dudes that are just all look. There's at least one like 3 foot long beard on stage. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it was like dope, but it was just like it was sold out. I think they played 2 nights. The crowd was like unlike any crowd that I've really seen in any kind of show. You know what I mean? Like at any kind of big arena festival.
What's the best show you've seen at Brooklyn Bowl? But if y'all don't know, and you should know by now, Matthew Trammell basically goes to everything as the nightlife editor at the New Yorker. So he's seen it all and done it all, and he worked at the Fader before.
Well, I get to go to a lot of shows. But I haven't seen everything. It's good because it's like, oh, I don't know anything about that. Let me go see a show. You know what I mean? Like that's what it ends up really more often than not like being, which is fun. But Thundercat was really good there recently. I feel like there's some show that I can't remember that would be it. You know?
I think wasn't it you and I talked about? I think mine's the D'Angelo Questlove.
Yeah, that was there. That was really good. That was really good.
That messed me up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was awesome. Just D'Angelo and Questlove. Mm-hmm. Two piece.
And that was even before he was really back. It was like a one-off. Like, whoa, D'Angelo's appeared, and then he disappeared.
It was before like Black Messiah,
you know, like way, like 2 years before, way before.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the, what's it called? Top Golf? Like the golf driving range?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nah, what is that?
It's like bowling shit reminded me of that, but it's kind of like, it's like a Dave & Buster's, but instead of arcade games, it's golf and driving ranges.
Where is it?
I did it in Texas, in Austin, but they have them in a bunch of different places apparently.
We're gonna we should do a podcast.
I'm just throwing stuff out that's like things I know about between New York and LA, and seeing if you know anything about them. Like jam bands,
we've been to bring y'all up to speed on the bullshit that Trammell's talking about. We've been having this debate for the last couple episodes. First of all, I'm from Kansas City. I went to college in Atlanta. Kansas City's the Midwest. Atlanta's the South. I sound Southern in some ways, do Southern
It's
things.
really cool because
but I'm from the Midwest, and I claim the Midwest, and Trammell thinks everything below New York is the South.
Well, I mean...
and every New Yorker thinks that because y'all are, narcissists.
You know who else is from Kansas City, Missouri? Grits and Gravy. And he's not really Southern, really, from World Series of Dice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Chappelle Show, Grits and Gravy, Kansas City, Missouri. And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks. Come on.
I was about to say the only person I know is the dude from Chappelle's Show.
I'm trying to think of like...
Yo, you're sick.
Missouri, like what do I know about Missouri?
Tech 9.
Really?
What do you mean?
I didn't... Did you see the... It was Tech 9, right? You saw it when Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, Tech 9 used to bully me?
No.
Wasn't that him?
That's amazing. No. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see that.
He was like, he stuffed me in a trash can or something like that.
That's incredible.
Or like, I think it was...
It wouldn't have been Tech 9 because Tech 9 don't really leave Kansas City.
Well, this is what I'm trying to figure
out. No, you can't Google that. Not on this show.
I kind of just want to, though. I think I'm going to just break this rule right now.
Trammell doesn't believe in anything. If you can't believe in that, you can't believe in anything.
Yeah, I think we're just going to...
Are you tired of
that.
Lynn?
No. What's to be tired of?
He was kind of everywhere.
Oh, Immortal Technique, not Tech 9.
Yeah.
Immortal Technique.
That makes more sense.
Threw Lin-Manuel Miranda in the garbage when they were in high school. Yo, it's fucked up, but
You know,
It's just a fucking head of a
those people
hell of a
grow up.
headline.
Yeah, those people grow up.
Right, we're all allowed to grow and
some of them make
and,
Hamilton.
Right, exactly. Who knows? Maybe he wouldn't have had to drive
Right.
to create such a significant piece of art if he didn't have that little, you know, that garbage on his shoulder.
And now he's not gonna miss a shot.
Right.
You know.
Right. Right.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Were you bullied, or were you a bully, or were you neither?
In kindergarten, I had a female bully.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
She was pretty.
You seem like you had a female bully in kindergarten.
She was a terror. She had a few victims. She had a few victims, and it was just really just like and it was just like, why are you doing this? Like, why? Like, we don't even really do. Like, why?
What is she doing now?
No idea. But
what's her name?
I can't remember. But I remember Miss Preston, who was
the teacher.
Shit, yeah. And they would just always run that same thing. It's because she likes you. It's because like, and you're just like, okay, I guess, but like she could also just not do this. like
I feel like Trammell was the exact same in kindergarten, like just very reasonable, just like very calm.
You should just do something else, and what about? I never bullied people. I probably bullied people as in like making fun of them because it was funny to me. And then it probably hurt their feelings in a way that I didn't really take stock of. But I was never like a physical, like, kind of a little bit maybe. But again, not in a way of like, I'm angry and I want to take it out on someone.
Right.
Right. But yeah.
I was bullied a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
But it was because it was like a weird racial dynamic.
Really?
Yeah. I went to like a high school where, in Kansas City, it was like predominantly white, and all of the black people were they were very similar. So if you were not really like them, but you were black, then you were really, really an outcast. You know?
Right.
So that got weird, but it wasn't like nobody like put their hand, like they would just like talk shit.
Yeah.
I was just outnumbered a little bit.
Right. That makes sense.
But I also never really struggled with like making friends or anything.
Yeah, being in like an individual.
That tweet from Tyler, the Creator, about cyberbullying is one of the greatest tweets of all time.
Yo, I mean,
do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course. It's like, and then you look at so much of what goes on. I mean, even now, like, there's like presidents arguing on Twitter, and you're just like, yo, if I just put the phone down, then it's literally as if none of this happened.
Right. Tyler, the Creator's tweet is, how does cyberbullying exist? Just put log out your computer, just close your computer or close your eyes. Which, I know it's not that easy. It's not really it, but I like how he makes it so simple.
I mean, it's hard. It's like kind of airtight. It's kind of hard to argue it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, like I could just not. That option exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't say that I've ever been cyberbullied.
This is not even a segue. I'm just moving to a thing.
Nah,
you know who's got a crazy ass walk?
Walk?
Yeah, he walks kind of just outrageous, and I don't know why no one talks about it. Putin.
I've never seen him walk.
Yo, look at next time y'all see like Putin walking to a podium. When he walks kind of like the apes from Planet of the Apes. Like he's super hunched over, and there's like a freaky ass limp with it.
Like
you know what
waddle?
I mean? Yeah, it's like he's got like his pockets are really full. You know what I mean? Like he's got like 2 AvionTequila bottles in his pockets or something. This shit is just like,
are his knees like oddly far apart?
He's not knock-kneed or bow-legged. Okay. Or maybe he's bow-legged.
Okay.
I never seen a white person that's bow-legged. Is that?
Me either.
I don't know if that's even really a thing.
Me either.
I've never seen a white person that's bow-legged.
Tweet at us if you have.
Yeah. Tweet. I don't want to see it though. Like, send your little legs to Trammell.
Everybody tweet me a picture of your knee.
Yeah.
People have really tweeted us.
Yeah, the tweets are getting crazy. Wait, can black people get lice? Because they say black folks can't get lice.
I've never heard that, but I've also never encountered
a black person with lice.
Example of it. Yeah,
Lice used to be big in school growing up in the Midwest.
I feel like lice was like a cultural touchstone that you don't hear as much about anymore.
Yeah.
Did people have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids would have it, but they would never even check because our hair was so short. But like they wouldn't check my sister either. But for some reason, there's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. We're not gonna Google it, but yeah, they say black folks can't get lice.
Interesting.
I wonder why. What is it? Like they're allergic to coconut oil or something?
Maybe it's the texture of hair is not conducive to having like little things.
I thought it was a scalp thing though. I don't know. Who knows the ins and outs of a lie? You know what I'm saying? Like who knows?
Yeah.
I know you don't follow sports, but I did want to talk about the MVP race in the NBA.
Okay.
Because it's getting crazy right now.
Who's that?
So Russell Westbrook is playing out of his mind. Shout out to Devin Gordon, by the way. Devin Gordon is a good friend. He's a co-worker at GQ.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I have a bet. I bet him that Russell Westbrook is going to average a triple-double. It's only been done once in the history of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, we're almost at the halfway mark of the season. He's averaging a triple-double. But he's playing out of his skull. And the debate is, James Harden is also having an incredible season, but his team is actually winning. And Russell Westbrook's playing better, but his team, I'm not saying that the Thunder aren't going to make the playoffs, but they also could totally not make the playoffs. So how important is it to the MVP race for your team to actually be successful? Is the debate.
I saw, this may be related or unrelated. I saw a meme of Carmelo Anthony, and it was like Carmelo looking frustrated, and the quote was like, when we win, it's us. When we lose, it's me. And then the caption by Moses Verneau, who's the director of Money and Violence, was like, do you really want to be a boss? Do you really want to wake up with these responsibilities and have the team fall on your shoulders? And I was just like, damn, I guess that's true, Melo. Like, when the Knicks win, it's like everybody. And when the Knicks lose, it's like, fuck Melo. Why didn't you win it for us, right? That's how that works, right?
I guess
that's kind of pertinent to your question.
The only reason why I dislike that quote is because when they win, people do talk about Carmelo Anthony.
Right. I don't even know if he really said it.
He said it. He said that. Okay, and when they lose, and it was a humble thing to say, but when they lose, they also say Melo's team is whack.
Yeah.
So like it just doesn't apply for it much more applies to like us in this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
As in
like when we win, everybody wins. Avion, Trammell, me, you. But when we lose, I put all that shit on you.
Right.
You know, if people are like, oh, I ain't like episode 16, I'm like, that was all Trammell's idea.
Do you really want to be a boss?
Yeah, do you, Trammell?
Ask yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
the Knicks, I love the Knicks. I love that the Knicks
suck.
Yes. I love the just fucking drama and cinema.
Because you're a New Yorker. You're walking New York Post cover.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking like, it's so just apt. It's like they should be like 14, 16. It should just be like, what is this team? You know what I mean? It's not even like they're fucking useless because it's like they have this ill star player. They play in the fucking biggest city in the world, but they're also just kind of like, have no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
the same thing with the I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I were a professional athlete, would I want to play for New York in any sport and have to deal with the New York Post when I'm bad?
I really used to think that, probably a lot of people used to think that like people who play for sports teams, they were from that place.
No one thought that.
No, even when you were super, super, super young?
Even when I was super, super, super
really?
Young. Because I'm not from, you guys, I'm telling you, New Yorkers, you're narcissists. Like, you just...
How does that translate to that? If I'm like, oh, the Oakland Raiders are people from Oakland that play football.
Because you don't even consider the fact that people leave where they're from. That's why it's narcissistic. And I'm right. You fucking think, oh, of course.
But
you play for the Dallas Cowboys. You must be from Dallas. Not to think like, no, people grow up and think about the whole country, think about the world. And they're like, no, I would like to move to Milwaukee because I like Milwaukee. No, you don't even think about that shit. All you think about is fucking Fulton Avenue, Atlantic, you know what I'm saying? Timberlands, Scully's.
You took a very innocent, genuine thing and just turned it into such an indictment.
Because I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit,
I don't know,
bro.
Man. It's like, what, maybe it would be more interesting if people did, if it were like San Diego.
You could only play where you're from.
San Diego Chargers. Is that what it is?
Jesus, yes.
Yeah, like you had to be from San Diego to play for the Chargers, right? Did you go to Hawks games?
I went to a few.
I always heard Hawks games is like going to like.
It's like going to the club.
Yeah,
like stilettos and everything. It's it's not a sporting event. It's like Atlanta. Atlanta makes everything 40-40 club, and that's why I love it.
It's not a sporting event.
You could go to Waffle House at 3 a.m. and it is a club.
I went to the last basketball game I went to was Brooklyn Nets.
How was that for you?
Calm. Very calm.
Are you sure you were even at a basketball game, Trammell?
Right. It was like they were playing. I can't remember who they were playing. Like just like
the San Diego Chargers.
Essentially, basically, fucking, and it was just like, oh yeah, like halftime, we're gonna go get some food, come back, sit down. They're gonna shoot some T-shirts into the crowd. Like there's no highlight reel, no top 10 plays going down at this game. This is just a fucking like, this is a formality. This game has to happen for the league to continue. But.
It was a dream job for me at some point to do the programming in between the plays, like the T-shirt guns and all that. Like I was like, man, that's a fun ass job.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
That would be a tight job.
There's room for improvement, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
definitely kind of just stuck in 1993 for some reason.
Except for the T-shirt cannons are getting strong. Them shit. Remember, like you could get to like the 6th row. Now they're hitting the rafters.
Yeah, yo, my fucking homie Jesse was like, had the thought, or I feel like we were talking about it, and then the thought like tumbled out of the conversation. But like some like a brand or like a streetwear brand like doing a show like where they showed with T-shirt cannons, so just like shoot, like, you know what I mean, like shooting like their new fucking like whatever drops like out into the crowd, like off the runway with cannons.
It's dangerous.
I don't know if it is.
Gee, the way that they're programmed now.
Yeah, but a T-shirt can't hurt you.
If I walked in here right now and shot you point blank range with a T-shirt gun, you're on the ground.
I'm literally like opening eBay right now. Like, how much does a cannon cost?
Yo, we need to
own one.
We need to get the ill rich friend
to own one. Cannon.
Do you need to be licensed to own a T-shirt gun? I mean, it's your Second Amendment right to have a T-shirt gun.
Yo, man, they're on here for $35 at Walmart.
Let's go.
Yeah, like I know what we're doing after this.
Yeah, exactly. Having a T-shirt gun fight?
Hell yeah. That's crazy. Can it be any shirt? This is fucking amazing. Oh, okay. You can make them too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, come back,
I'm distracted.
Trammell.
What's up, guys?
Yo, Trammell's pulling out his credit card. He's about to do some shopping.
Fucking blown away right now. I didn't know you could just buy that. I thought it was like a thing that you had to work for somewhere and then they give you access to it.
You can buy anything, Trammell.
That's true. That is true.
You could buy anything.
Everything's for sale.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally random.
Okay.
It's a thing that bothers me.
Okay.
And I want to know if it bothers you. The distinction between freestyling and writing, and just somebody goes on Sway, they spit a verse, and everybody calls it a freestyle because you just call it a freestyle.
To me, the whole conversation of that just came from like it's like if me and you had a very intense argument about the practices and nomenclature of bachata, and it's like neither one of us speak Spanish or are from a family of Hispanics, but we are now going to try to parse out the like subtleties and nuances of like this thing. It's like if you have to ask that question, then you just have no idea. For the people in YouTube comments that ask about that, you know what I mean? It's like if you're this far and you're confused about that, then you have at least a decade
to catch up on.
Yeah, like of just like context to just be like it would never even cross your mind.
This debate was trending 2 days ago on Twitter, and I was like, "This is silly."
Every single time it happens, I'm just like,
"Why are you?
Yeah, like have fun batting this ball back and forth because you're hopeless if you're even like what like. But he wasn't. But it's a freak. But it was written. It's like." Guys, like everyone who understands this understands it fully. It needs no breaking down, you know. But yeah. So I don't know. That's like probably a shitty answer, but
no, it's good. I mean, I feel the exact.
Right, you know what I mean? It's just so crazy whenever it happens. Right? It's like, what are you like? What are you talking about?
You know what else was on that list? And it was the funniest meme. Oh man, Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj broke up, but I'm super uninterested in that, right? Mm-hmm. But there was one photo where Meek is standing there, and he has one hand in his pant pocket, normal, and he has the other hand in the pocket of his hoodie. Mm-hmm. And like, if
that's already fucking funny as shit,
right? And if I hadn't have even said it to you, you would have looked at the photo and not noticed it.
Funny.
But somebody pointed out and it was like, man, Meek must be hurting because he's got his hands in two different pockets. Yo, I laughed.
That's mad funny.
I laughed for like 3 days. I was like, whatever like asshole saw this photo and like wanted to like critique it that much, but find the funniest thing. It is awful. You know, he doesn't deserve that. We're gonna get to this guest, man, but y'all pray for Meek, man. Pray for the meme makers.
What's up, folks? We are joined today by the lovely Miss Kitty Cash.
Hey.
DJ extraordinaire, all around awesome girl. Very stoked to have her. What's going on? How you feeling?
Stoked to be here.
Hell yeah. Nice. What's good?
I'm happy.
Nice. That's what we want to hear. Hell yeah. Right.
I am so happy right now.
The last time I saw you, you were very happy.
I've been very happy.
The last time I saw you, you were dancing on stage with Spice.
Oh my God.
And you were beaming with joy. You were like, I was happy to see you so happy.
You know I'm such a Trini girl.
Yo, like, I mean, it was powerful. It really was.
We've been Juve, like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Actually, we've been on the road, definitely.
I used to live on Eastern Parkway.
That's crazy.
And I'm from Kansas City, so that's not.
Culture shock.
Yeah, it got crazy.
That's basically Trinidad.
I got home at 3 a.m. and y'all were outside. I say y'all. Y'all were cutting up. Y'all were cutting up.
Was that your first?
I had no clue what was happening.
So you just came home like it was a normal?
I came home like it was any other day, and I looked out and it was pandemonium when I got off on Franklin Ave. And I said, wait a minute.
Right.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Right. You didn't just jump in and get crazy?
I eventually got into the mix, but you know, I'm skeptical.
Right. You was a little nervous. You was like, you said Mike don't make it.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
exactly.
listen, I'd be a fool if I just jumped in.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I had to figure it out.
Sometimes you got to be a fool, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So for the people that live in like Dallas, Texas, that listen to the podcast, what is Juve? Explain it to them.
Juve is, okay, so basically you have Carnival and pre the actual Carnival mass where everyone is in the full-on costumes, you know, with the feathers and the bras, rhinestones, Swarovski, whatever. You have a celebration and it's called Juve, and you wear shorts or t-shirt or anything
whatever
that
you
can
don't mind getting dirty.
Yeah, and you celebrate, and it's like they play steel pan, which is like my favorite part of it all, and they throw powder and they throw
the point
mud.
is to like see the sunrise
It's
like that's like the start of the
it's the start.
Yeah.
So that's why when like I got home at 3:30 y'all were in like
y'all
just starting pretty much. Right,
it's gonna be y'all.
Y'all.
It might.
You're like, I am the other one.
That's amazing.
So Cash, you I feel like you wear a million hats, but a lot of people might know you for the music you play. You're a DJ.
Yes.
And you also like put out some music occasionally when you feel like it.
Yeah.
How did you sort of get your start? What drew you to it? How did you get into it?
You know, it's funny when I tell this story because I think there was a time when I was very scared and like overanalyze things like we all do. Mm-hmm. And I think when you make that mistake once, you say to yourself, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what happened. It was literally a joke. I'm friends with Kilo Quiche, and she's a singer artist. She recently dropped a project that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Pick it up. Stream it. Steal it.
Don't steal it. But yeah, so basically Quiche was looking for a DJ, and I was helping her look for a DJ, and she couldn't find anyone. And she just asked me, like, can you just help me out and
that's
like
cool.
be my DJ and go on this mini tour? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Bitch, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, she was like, well, we're gonna get to travel. I was like, bitch, skirt, I'm with it. Like, what do I gotta do? Call Jay Scott. What do we have to do to make this happen? And we were at Rubber Tracks, and like, we just practiced, and then that's how it started. That was the starting point of it all.
Yeah. But you were always like, music was always like something that you were.
I think naturally, I love to party. I've always loved to throw events. I never thought I would be the talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I think being the talent, I get to do a little bit of everything. I get to help curate the lineup. I get to, depending on what side, you know, if I'm getting booked, that's one thing, but then I also throw parties and stuff. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's super dope.
I don't know if it was your Instagram. Yeah, we do our research.
I'm scared. I am so scared.
And I think this is the party that you're referring to, but you were catching the very rare slow wine from a beautiful young lady at the party. Mm-hmm.
That party is called Ting and Ting.
Hey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you. I've never been. Trammell speaks very highly of it.
I mean, I'm so disappointed.
Oh, I never got an invitation.
What, excuse me?
I never invited him. Let's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Let's
move on. No.
But man, I think that I gotta ask you. I feel like I asked the both of y'all because of what's so topical. Do you feel like West Indian culture is like in jeopardy? Like the appropriation of West Indian culture is at an all-time high.
I mean, culture is in jeopardy, right? I feel like people are always appropriating different cultures that they admire.
But that's a good point. That's a good point.
But it feels like
that's a good point too.
But at the same time, like, I'm a woman, I'm a black woman, I'm a Caribbean woman, right? It's like that shit has been getting appropriated since I was born, right? So it's nothing new, really.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's the Caribbean part.
I gotta be honest. Partly, it's like anything. It's like like Shia LaBeouf calling Drake's Jamaican accent fake is very funny to me. But like, I'm also kind of like, in a weird way, like almost impressed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're for a lot of stuff like
Shia
like just the idea
the culture.
Of like, people even being
embracing
into
it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think there's a part of it that is exciting, right? Because if our culture gets put on the map musically, hopefully it gets to funnel back into like Trinidad and Jamaica and things like that to build the creative communities there. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me,
Do you think that's gonna happen?
I'm hoping that people like Marshall Montana, who Marshall he did OVO. Mm-hmm. That's a big moment. Mm-hmm. I thought it was. I thought that was amazing.
I mean, there's so many people.
Popcorn, all these people
so it's
that
positive
I look at in certain ways. I think it's positive.
So positive.
And I feel like there are going to be people, like I have friends that I know that are like, even with Ting and Ting, we have so many different ideas that we're like, okay, this is where we're starting, but then we want to be able to like really help to build within the Caribbean community. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there are definitely other artists that maybe they haven't done it or they're doing it in like small pockets, and then eventually you'll see like the result of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If somebody ever came appropriating Kansas City culture, I'm not going to take it as well as y'all. I'm fighting.
What would be the first, like, what's the first thing that I would do to jack Kansas City culture?
You'd have to gain like 30, 40 pounds.
That's
we're pudgy people where I'm from.
Right.
We're the barbecue capital of the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I can see Drake and some Aniche. I think maybe if that's the watermark for like
I don't
when some shit gets jacked and when he does it.
That'd be amazing. If that's the watermark.
Yeah, right. If that's like how you tell if it reaches that far.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I think just like you said, like, Ting and Ting is that's the party that you guys do, and what I like about what you guys do is that it's not just like a theme. It's like you kind of there are like different things or like elements or like talent that really speak to the core of what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? So it's like how often are you gonna see like Spice in fucking Bushwick? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and like have a crowd,
And that's important,
like, you know,
right?
like have like a crowd of like all different kinds of people, like seeing like, oh, this is what it really.
I mean,
looks
my
like, you know?
favorite part is when that white girl, like Spice, looked at her and she was like something, something, boom, boom, and like she made her repeat it, and the girl was like, boom, boom, and it was just like, it's so funny because there are certain things that, like, even me getting on stage with Spice, like.
Yeah.
No, like I could do that. I could do that in front of my dad, and he would just like laugh, you know, because culturally it's nothing crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas to other people, it would probably be insane. Like
Right.
their parents would probably catch a heart attack. My
Right.
dad's like, okay, let me get an extra drink.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy.
Like Cash is fine. All right, cool. I'm at
Yeah,
the
like
bar.
he comes to Ting and Ting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Yeah, very rare appearances.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is cool that it's not, you guys seem to be like less uptight about shit like that.
I mean, but I don't think if you
think
grew
West
up in
Indians
that,
are mad cool.
that's what I
I'm
mean.
mad
Like I
jealous
feel,
right now. You
I feel
should
like.
just know.
You know, I go to like my Uncle Junior's house. I feel like that's so West Indian of me to say. Is it? You know, so like I go to my Uncle Junior's house and like anyone that comes, you know, if he likes you, he opens up the secret cabinet underneath the staircase and it's like straight up rum, like from every part of the world, right? You go downstairs, it's like a bar and he's drinking, like he's like, let's have a drink, and it's like warm and it's not really pretentious, and you'll see like a super old, like your grandpa like busting a wine with like a young ting, like and it's fine,
Right.
and no one's, you know, now we want that same feeling at our parties. We want it to feel like it's either like growing up in Brooklyn in a basement party or something, or just like at your uncle's house or something.
Is that where you grew up?
I grew up with my grandmother in Brooklyn, yeah.
What part of Brooklyn?
Ditmas Park, Flatbush area. Yeah.
Don't you live in Flatbush now, Trammell?
Yeah. We live like kind of pretty much same area.
Yeah.
Let me
Grew
ask you a
up same
question,
area
Trammell.
too. Yeah.
You grew up in Brooklyn, but you went back to Flatbush. You didn't grow up in Flatbush, but you live in Flatbush now.
No. Grew up there. I mean, I was like in Boston for school for a little bit, and then came back, and then lived in the city while I was in college, and then when I was like, and then like was like at home while I was at college, and then when I moved out, was like, I just want to stay here.
Here's my
and
question.
so I moved like 6 blocks away from my parents' house.
Are you a gentrifier?
That's like such a good question, and I remember the first time that I saw the conversation. First of all, no. Second of all, I remember the first time that I saw the conversation about like, seriously, about like black gentrifiers, even the idea of that.
Yeah.
That like if you think of it as a class thing and not a race thing, then is like a kid that went to I don't know, Morehouse, that then moves to I don't know, Bed-Stuy. Like does that count? Because you know like you know what I'm saying, like but like kidding,
Us versus
but
them, the podcast.
no right, but it's a crazy thought because you know on the one hand you're like okay, word, I wanted to stay in my neighborhood because I knew it. So I'm like, I know where I get food. I know where I do
That's
shit.
how I
know,
feel.
you know what I mean? Like I knew it, but then at the same time, like when the fucking some new supermarket opens and it's like 24 hours,
You're like, lit.
and you're like, yo, fuck this supermarket. But then it's 24 hours and it's 2:30, and you're like,
Convenient.
damn, I kind of want a chicken sandwich right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So every day you navigate those little things,
Right.
You know,
I agree.
like it's so that definitely is like it's like a weird part of it. I will say that I never thought that they would get to Flatbush. I never thought that people would have any interest.
Yeah.
in like
Straight up.
I agree.
you know, but
I mean, I live in Bed-Stuy.
yeah,
Me
so
too.
yeah.
What part, where you live? Don't tell. Don't.
Yeah, I don't want people popping.
Cash. Yeah.
So maybe
I
I
guess
no, I'm
I'm a
joking.
gentrifier. I never even thought about my fuck you, Trammell.
I'm just saying, you know, you broached the subject and we like here we are.
But I thought it was like all artsy and smart for me to ask you because like you coming home, I didn't think you put the shit on me.
Meanwhile, you're like, yeah, I came home on Eastern Parkway and there was this thing going on.
exactly.
And I had no idea.
I was scared.
Like I ran inside.
Like ultimate gentrified. Yo, fuck me.
Oh man, yo,
That's awful.
So now,
is
you gotta
really
pass. You gotta pass. You gotta.
Why do I
reach
get a
my
pass?
You're good.
I'm
'Cause you're
part
good.
of the problem.
No.
I'm part of the problem.
There's worse parts, definitely.
I'm gonna text you at like 6 a.m. I didn't sleep last night. I feel
Can't get
bad.
this out of my head.
I can't get this out of my head.
Oh, I'm
That's
moving to
funny.
Jersey.
I'm moving back.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
So, Kaz, you were talking about like the transition into becoming talent, right? And I know that you had like, I don't know if you still do, but you like came out, but you like came out of like sort of like corporate world,
Yeah.
like working in style, working in apparel and things like that.
Yeah.
Was there any specific difference? Was there like stuff that you liked more? Like,
Wait, where did you
less,
work?
or,
I didn't know
like,
that.
You know?
So I handle marketing communications for North America for G-Star.
Oh yeah, dope.
And so like I was doing that while I was while I was figuring out my Kitty Cash life.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So it got really crazy.
What's your birth name?
Cache.
That's incredible. That's
Thank you.
Incredible.
It's pretty sick.
I'm just, that is an amazing name. What does it mean?
It means hidden. you
So
guys,
like if your name is just Paul, like go, kid, just jump off a building. You know what I'm saying?
You guys needed to see his facial expression.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he's stunned right now.
I just, I mean, what can you say?
Nah.
So you didn't like corporate America? Is G-Star corporate America?
So here's the thing.
Not to hurt feelings. We don't do that on this podcast.
No. It's not. It's not even about not hurting feelings. I think like, I went to FIT and I graduated with like
stunt button.
Yeah, that's sick.
With like my business degree. Yeah. So like when I went there, that's what I wanted to do at that time, right? And I think in that moment it was like, it's lit. Like, I was the youngest person at G-Star in my department. When I first started, I was like the only black girl. Like, I was fucking it up. That shit was cute. And like, I got to hold down all my friends. No, it was tight. Like Metro would come through. I would hold him down. Like, it was cool because...
Morehouse man, by the way. Metro went to Morehouse while you was talking shit.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But just like...
Morehouse is cool. Yeah.
Any artist that I was cool with...
Too, man.
Go ahead. No, I'm just saying like anyone that like... I was cool with, like, I got to dress and I thought that was tight.
Yeah.
But I think once I started to fall more in love with DJing and just being Kitty Cash, shit, it was a conflict of interest at that point. It's like I'm sitting here looking up DJs for y'all to book and like looking up talent, which is easy because I'm in it. Right. So it was easy for me to know what was going on, but then it was kind of like...
Meanwhile, you wanted to save all the good beats for yourself.
I was like, I could be home downloading music, listening to albums, and just like doing shit that I want to do.
Yeah.
So it started to just become like a double-edged sword, not because it was the worst place, but it was just because now like the love, the passion started to shift.
Right. What's the most important album you've ever, like, has it ever come out? The one that shaped you most? Personally. Yeah, like just for you.
One of them, really, would have to be The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yes,
because it's just
answer. Airtight answer.
That's an airtight answer. There's no fucking with that.
It's just like, so I feel like I've listened to that at so many different stages of like from a teenager, like going through shit with my mom, and then like I feel like a lot of shit she was going through, I don't even know how I was connecting with it at one point. And then I was like, okay, now I'm an adult and I connect with it on a whole nother level, and I listen to that shit like all the time still.
Yeah.
What's yours, Tuck?
Yeah.
I call him Tuck because he tucks his shirt in religiously.
Occasionally, yeah. I can't. Damn.
He also tucks his undershirt in. Yeah,
very dapper young man.
Don't gas me up, Cat.
Oh, you blushing?
Damn, I can't follow Miss
You can't focus now.
Good. Like, yeah, I know, right? And I'm all distracted.
Yeah, damn. She just batted her eyes at you. Damn. Cachet, is that what you do?
God damn it.
See, don't fuck them up. It's over. Listen, I apologize to the people at Tequila Avion.
Man, so an album for me that was really important was this record called 8701 by Usher. And it just meant so much to me, hearing somebody talk about how they felt about a young woman in such, like just pure, honest ways. I always felt like if there was no. It's a sick album though. That's a really good record.
What's wrong with him?
No, that's your man. That's your man's.
That's your man.
That's your man's.
I'm gonna go with the Love Below.
Ooh,
Love Below is my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, that is good.
I love that.
That's a good listen to it at different points in your life album, and you get different shit out of it. Nora Jones is on it.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Yo, a fucked up thing I did. I was supposed to take this girl. I'm not gonna say her name. I was supposed to take this girl to Sadie Hawkins dance. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. It's where girls ask the guys. And the Love Below came out.
Not to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. But to interrupt.
Is that
right thing?
Like,
Sadie Hawkins is dope.
I've heard that just reference in pop culture a lot.
See, the problem is that you went to school in Brooklyn. Y'all don't even have gyms to have dances.
Right. No, that's some real shit.
It's nothing for you. Like,
you know what?
Look at you. Look at him.
You're like, damn.
Right.
I lived in Maryland for like a year and a half, and I felt like my life changed.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, let's go to this football game. I'm like, what? Right. You're not doing that shit.
Space. Anyway, I was supposed to take this girl to this dance.
I'm sorry.
I listened to Speakerbox, right? Speakerbox was great. It's totally good. I put in the Love Below. I'm about to take a shower. I'm in a towel. I start the album. I stand there looking at my CD player. The album finishes. I haven't moved. I had a choice. Do I either go to the dance or do I listen to the album again? And I stood her up. I called her and said I couldn't do it.
Wow.
Maybe she just wasn't bad enough.
She wasn't the prototype.
I mean, she just
Maybe
wasn't the one.
Yeah.
Shit was speaking to you, and you were like, "This is more important."
Right.
It was a dickhead move, though.
It was.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I wouldn't have talked to you ever again.
Yeah.
Have you ever been stood up, Cash?
No.
Not once.
She was like, yeah, I'd like to see a motherfucker try it.
Yeah.
I did give you that face, right? I was just like,
no. Have you stood someone up?
Today, she stood someone up. Are you talking? You stand up somebody twice a day, Cash. I'm not doing this shit. You're not about to lie on this podcast.
I'm not lying.
Have you ever stood a man up?
How many
never stood
unread text
anybody
messages do you
up.
have on your phone right now? Look at
Look,
the number.
show us.
What's the number?
Look.
What's the number?
Oh, and this is a new phone, and I don't even have that many. Look at that. I don't have any service up here. But none. Oh, 21.
None. Oh, 21.
That is so good.
Yo, let me tell you what
That
happened.
is so good. That is such a good number.
I shouldn't even put you out there like this.
Oh my God.
So you were a little tardy today, which is totally fine because we were.
Well, that's because I got lost.
No, it's all good. That's not the problem.
You tried to call me out.
No, you being late is not. You.
I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
But I called her. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I just want to make sure you're good. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm good. I got lost. I went to this other thing. Yeah, can I have the champagne? Okay, yeah. No, I'll just take the champagne. Yeah, no, but I'm hustling to you. I'm like, yo, Cachet, I just heard you order champagne.
No.
I don't believe you're en route.
Classic, like, yo, I'm 5 minutes away.
Wait, and then order.
So
Let me tell you
shady.
something. You could have said, can I get a bottle of water? You drink that in transit.
Hell yeah.
You sip champagne.
Stationary.
See,
Right.
Yeah.
You
this
don't-
is what happens
fuck
when you
with
meet
that.
me. Like, I
Right.
sip champagne in transit. It's
Right.
just, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
There's levels to this.
Catch up.
There's levels-
Come on. What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. That's amazing.
Man.
Do you work out, Kitty Cat?
So let me tell you.
Or is just dancing? Just
Dancing is definitely
Right.
just
top.
ting ting.
Yeah.
Ting and ting. You gotta
Strong
get it
ting.
right.
Ting.
Yeah.
But
Well, if I got invited, I know what was going on.
Okay, I will
but
personally invite you.
You better stop playing with
You
me.
don't have to do that. You don't have to.
Wow, you jealous?
No, I'm not.
You really
You don't
messed
have
Trammell.
to-
I
you don't
shouldn't
have
have
to-
invited
do
you.
that. You don't have to.
Or put y'all in separate rooms. He's talking with his soft voice now. He's talking about.
Oh man,
You
this
know,
is so good.
you
Mag
don't have
is
no-
on a roll right
you don't
now.
have no hot takes.
Y'all know I usually be on this man,
He's
and he's
super
on a roll,
smooth.
and I'm gonna let him ride. I'm gonna let him ride because
No,
Cash
I'm
is here.
just saying.
So I'm not gonna go crazy.
No, I'm just
my
saying,
God.
Kat, you brought out the
Yeah.
best in both
Yeah.
of us.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Straight up. And I
Needed
was,
some feminine
thank
energy.
you so much.
But you
Thank
know
you.
what? I have been trying to like get more into like a regimen of working out. I don't always get to like go running or make it to the gym, but I did sign up for some dance classes at Alvin Ailey, and
Shout out.
every day I try to do like my crunches and squats in my room. But it's been really hard because I've been traveling like a fucking maniac. So
It's tough.
I feel
Can I say something that's like
What?
kind of weird? And I don't mean. I hope this does not offend you. I don't mean this to offend
when
you.
people say that shit, it's about to be
no,
offensive.
Automatically offensive.
Yo,
There's
there's
no way
certain,
to
no.
not.
There's
Yeah.
certain people whose style, and yo, let me describe what Kitty Cash has on right now. She has on, take like a super dope Vera Wang double-breasted suit, right, with the peak lapel, but then put like some Elizabethan sleeve wrap
Strong.
things over
Yeah.
it. Right?
Yeah.
Like when people
And like a
dress.
silk, like,
yeah, the whole wave. I didn't
you
mean to
know.
take nothing out. I didn't mean to take
If you're gonna give the details,
Yeah,
baby, you
exactly,
gotta give the
exactly.
details.
But like there's certain people the way they dress, I can't picture them on a treadmill.
Oh, I feel you.
I can't picture Young Thug working out because I picture Young like.
But
I
there's
think-
also a very like stylish way to work out.
Oh, yeah, I have cute assets.
Yeah, like that's
You
like
said
a,
what?
I have cute assets. I have cute ass workout outfits.
What? Break it down. Break it down.
No, just like,
What does that mean? What are you saying?
just like,
Your outfits that you work out in are cute.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying the thing about certain people is
Right,
that it's
you
the way
just
they carry
can't-
themselves. Like nobody looks graceful on an elliptical.
Graceful, right? Yeah. I
You
see
know what I'm
mean.
saying? Like
Yeah.
nobody looks confident.
I don't know.
Like on that.
Guys
third
are always
rep.
trying to like come over to me while I'm working out.
Yo, you.
They're like, literally like, I'm doing like a fucking like hip abduction, and they're like, but do you need help with? I'm like, but it's working. Like I'm using it right now.
Right.
I called my mom. I was like, does this shit happen to you at the gym? And she bust out laughing.
We
was-
should have had your mother on the podcast.
Oh,
Right.
she's
I
a
bet your
trip.
What is
Right.
Mama
OG.
Cash like?
Yeah.
Oh,
straight up.
like yo.
What's her name?
Amatullah. My mother's Muslim.
Amazing.
Sick.
She is like
Mashallah.
so sexy. She goes to the gym like twice a day. It's crazy. Like people think she's my sister. She's bad.
Damn.
Like we walk the streets and I'm like, but he tried to talk to you. He ain't trying to talk.
Right,
No, I'm joking.
right.
But no. And she's like, I'm talking like full on covered. It's kind of gnarly.
Oh, is that sick?
Yeah.
So you chose not to.
That's not for me. But I respect the religion. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Does she like? Is she chill? I would imagine she is like cool with your. Like,
I think
lifestyle.
I mean, she loves it. I think, of course, when I was younger and she first converted, it was issues on issues on issues.
Yeah.
But as I got older, like, you know, I can go with her to Juma. I can like go to her to like appreciate it and celebrate the holidays. But
that's a crazy dynamic though.
It is, but it's also just like, Ma, this is who I am. Like, if that's who you are, that's who you are, and that's great.
Right.
And like, I will never take away from that. And I'm like, you fly as shit. If I see like a bomb duster or some bomb pants from my mom, I'll be like, hook it up. Right. But you know, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be in like my slip dresses and just, you know, that's for her. Amazing. It's like,
I feel like that only exists in New York City.
Probably.
Where you could have somebody who's like family household structure is so polarizing. Yeah. And like in one house. In Kansas City and I think in the Midwest. Like that. No, it's like your neighborhood, everybody's either Muslim or everybody's Catholic. No, and that's true. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really get it. I don't think, like, that's the type of diversity that I think is what makes New York, like, the fucking greatest city on the planet. Then that's why I moved to Bed-Stuy, Trammell. If you wanted to know why I came in the neighborhood, bro.
That's a funny, are you good, man? Nah, but that's a funny point.
Thank you for giving me permission to live where I pay rent.
Because I remember, like, when, Thanksgiving... Like Thanksgiving that just passed, like people, there was like this whole thing of like how to talk to your family this Thanksgiving because of like all the conversations that we were having or whatever. And I was like, what's the argument? Like, was there always, you know, like I felt like in New York or in like for people that I knew personally, there wasn't this sense of like, oh, people within your family have completely different politics or completely different
but
you know what I'm saying? Like my brother converted to Islam like same way, but it's like, it's not like we're about to be at the dinner table arguing about something. Whereas like, I feel like in wherever state that, you know what I mean? Like there's like, oh yeah, like my dad thinks this and then my uncle thinks this and then my dad, you know, and I'm like, that doesn't seem familiar to me, you know, like, so I don't know.
My family's closer to that than
really.
I mean, maybe not my like blood. I don't have like an extended family, but you know, friends of family. Like when I go home, you know, you might catch a Trump supporter at the table.
Yeah, right. That's real.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah. Oh my God, my cab ride the other day, I was with two of my friends. I was with Sada and Elise, and hey guys, we were going the fuck off in this car ride, right? I don't even know what got us started. We started talking about women and entertainment, then we started talking about Trump, and we was going the fuck off. I swear our cab driver was a Trump supporter because legit, like, he was like, so can I turn this up? And
my God. Can I close this partition, please?
You don't hear us having this deep-ass conversation about our lives and our future right now? Yeah. I was like, yo, what if he was just like, get out? That's crazy. But,
I was on the train, and a dude walked up, and he was about to sit next to me, and then kept walking, and he was wearing New Balances. And I was like,
oh,
damn.
Shit. Like, throw them shits away.
Nah, but you just got to, even now, you're just like, New Balance. Yeah. Like, maybe... You know, it's like trying, like it's like spotting X-Men. It's like they're just in the world normally, straight up. But then you just like you might just you know what I mean? Like it's X-Men. Fucking crazy. Shout out to Sada, by the way. That's another just awesome.
She is.
I feel like that would be having a conversation with her about politics and women. I mean, culture.
She would go off. Like literally after, like once Trump got elected, she called me. Because she knows my mother's Muslim and so is her mother. And she was just like, how's your mom? And I was like, I'm fucking scared. Like, you know, I think I called my mother like 30 times. She was like, if you don't calm down. I'm like, girl, bitch, you in Jersey. I don't know what the fuck is going to go down.
Yeah. Were you, I
didn't sleep. I was up.
Very well, but I my perception of you is that you're a very strong woman. And I don't want to just put that on you. But that's my perception. I think Trammell would agree. Were you disappointed by Hillary losing? I mean, I'm sure you were disappointed because Trump won, but did you feel unempowered? Did you think it was a blow to feminism?
You know what?
Because I have a lot of female friends and they're like, nah.
Right.
They never really got there with her, which to me is surprising.
Right, and that's the thing.
I feel like I was more there with her than they were.
And even like when I was just watching, you know, like the votes coming in or whatever, I was sitting on my couch, like so depressed with a bottle of wine. And when they kept saying like Hillary was not connecting with a certain community, like there were so many women that did not vote for her. Like they voted for Trump. And I didn't feel like it was a blow to feminism. I just felt like, I think what I connected with most was when Van Jones said that it was a white lash. Yeah, that's what. Oh, what? I was screaming at my TV. Like, I wish I was there.
Yeah, Van went ham.
Like, the fuck off.
Van's eyes rolled in the back of his head.
I know he couldn't. I was like, yo, he's holding it down. But I think that's what I connected with more than just it being like,
right.
Feeling like less empowered as a woman. I just felt like, yo, these people fucking came out. States that were always blue were red. And the same way that people came the fuck out for Obama, they were like, yo, we about to show up and show you. Right. And I don't think that Hillary, the Democratic camp, was really thinking like that. Right. They were like, yo, we got this, because they were cocky, and they shouldn't have been fucking cocky. Yeah, and like that was disappointing. And then a few days after, I met up with a very good friend of mine, Joshua Kissy, who's like also a very amazing.
Yeah, Joshua's dope.
And
shout out to the good brother.
Yeah, he's like a brother to me, and we were talking about it. Like, how do you feel? I feel like that was all my text messages to everybody. Like, how do you feel? And we kind of both agreed. Like, I almost feel even more empowered to be a part of a movement and to make sure that next time around that shit does not go the fuck down, like at all. And I also felt like, you know, all of the parallels to like the civil rights movement, and just like how you have like the Stokely Carmichaels and all of these great activists like come out because like you just couldn't take it anymore. I almost feel like we're about to go through that resurgence where like the real true like leaders are about to emerge and be like, okay, we need some fucking change because this shit is going all the way astray.
Right. I think it's crazy because what you saw, or what I saw a lot of people say, oh, like in this climate it'll be good for art, right? And I feel like this past year, we saw a ton of music that was super. But I mean, go back to like D'Angelo's album.
Oh yeah,
which kind of set the whole.
I mean,
Black
it did.
Messiah.
It's Black Messiah,
and it was almost like he knew. And I also think it's dope because it's like you're used to like a Public Enemy or a Pac or a Nas or rappers or Lupe, but these are like R&B singers, like musicians, like jazz, like
even like,
you know what I mean, that are still like figuring out a way to make that message work.
And it's real.
And
know? Like, it's just some crazy shit. Like, you know, when you listen to anyone from that time, anyone from like Nina Simone or like Marvin Gaye, like, I feel like now I really could say like, wow, my music, this shit is a reflection of the fucking times. Like, we're going through it. Like, even Childish Gambino's new album, like,
man,
whew.
What the fuck?
I was feeling very emotional.
I gotta say, I saw a bad review of his album.
Really?
This morning, and it pissed me off.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that review.
I'm not even gonna say the publication, but have you ever been slammed in a publication?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Remember that time I texted you?
I feel like I might.
It was like 6 paragraphs.
Oh shit! Did Trammell do that?
No.
Oh, that would have been amazing if I said that. And y'all...
No, but you know what? Here's what I think happens. I think sometimes.
Wait, what happened? Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I remember. Well, yeah. I mean, fuck it.
I felt.
Yeah. Cash was Cash.
This is so touchy. Why do I feel like it's touchy?
I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't even get to a real thing.
No. Fuck that. This is Rich Friend. Fuck it.
Yeah, thank you.
Cash was a Gen F in the fader,
which was a very big moment for me.
It was an awesome shoot. Alex Welch did the photo shoot. The photos were gorgeous. It was right around the time they were putting out, I think, Love the Free.
Yeah.
Either part 1 or 2. It was like, you know, she's a DJ. She like has this ill sort of day job, and now she's starting to put material out. Like, this is, you know, that's what Gen F is about. That section of the magazine. It's like you highlight people who you may not know about yet, but who like you're about to.
You're about to.
This is an important moment for them.
And it's a stamp.
And honestly, like, it's good. This is a funny ass topic to bring up, but it's good because I remember that.
I went the fuck
off. Like, yeah, because it's like, and I have never been on your end of it. I've only been on my end of it, but when you're like the artist or the subject or the creative, you probably have a sense of this too. Like, sometimes people can be like very well intentioned with how they talk about your art or how they talk about.
And I just felt fuck that. I felt like that shit was. I just felt like it was just like a misrepresentation of who I really was. And I felt like if this was a Gen F and it's people that do not know me and it's like an industry that. The reason why I think I was so sensitive about it was because it's like this was such a new industry for me, whether people knew that or not. You know what I mean? Like, it was so new, and like Gen F was so big, and everyone was such a big deal. And I was like, well, should I wait to do a Gen F then? And they're like, no, you need to do it now. And like, I just felt like if you're gonna write this shit, like, you really should dig deep on why this is so special. Like, because if people like A-Track and like Cilantro, like, that's how I met them, is through this fucking musical project that I did after coming off a tour with Kilo Quiche and their internet. It's like, clearly there's something major fucking happening, right? Like, this is a moment. And I just felt like, I don't remember, there was like a few sentences, I was just like, I felt like certain things were chopped off.
I will say this, as somebody that has been on both sides.
Right.
It's tough. I don't think you'll ever like something written about you. And I've had people
I feel like that's true.
People try to write something, and like Matt saying, that they think is like they think I'm going to be ecstatic about it. And I'm like bummed out. But the only thing that stops me from not, pushing the yay button and spazzing, like it sounds like you might have done.
Yeah.
Young
No,
Cache.
I didn't spaz.
No.
It was a very like.
I mean, what was good about it is that, and first off, I agree to a certain extent. I agree with your point. I think, but also as a writer, there is like if you're genuinely excited about something, then it isn't hard to write something that someone likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're genuinely like,
but
which is really the only, you know what I'm saying?
You're like, yo, like this Donald Glover album is so amazing. It's funkadelic, whatever. And then he's like, it's not funkadelic. And
yeah, but that's a different level of like, that's a level of like, you have to be, if you put your art in the world, you're subject to people interpreting it. That's the whole point of putting it in the world.
Yeah, that's
you know
fine.
what I mean? You have to do
part.
that. And so it wasn't
that
like,
sucks though.
Like you, like Kat, like she didn't spaz, but it was more like, one, it's like good because it's like Fader is that type of place where the people that work at that magazine, that make that magazine, have those relationships in the communities that they cover. That's how they're able to do it so well.
Yeah.
When I was there, that's why I was able to contribute when I was there. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point.
The thing about the Fader that I
you know what I mean?
Like
you're able to have that dialogue even when things get crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're able to have that dialogue.
I think what was cool was that I felt like the Fader kind of like really saw my journey on some real shit, from like rubber tracks to like whatever events, and then like to now, right? Like even Naomi, like she went to BuzzFeed, like she did this mixtape I did that was like had lectures from women and like quotes. It was like really cool, and then she covered it. So just like to see that progress, I think is cool, and to have those people see your progress. But and like you need to have a tough skin if you're an artist anyway. Like people are gonna judge your shit or whatever.
Don't.
But
I think that's easier said
Mark
than
Anthony
done.
Green is very sensitive.
I'm a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
sensitive too, but
I don't know if you're that sensitive. You out here talking real shit.
I mean, I'm
Yeah, you
tough,
mad
but
tough,
I'm
my
tough,
G.
but I am also sensitive at the same time. But I think I like, even when I hit him up, it was more just like, am I bugging because I'm being sensitive? I think it was more like that. Like, am I bugging because I'm being sensitive about this? And like, like, I don't know if she really got like the full me, and that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
Like it was like a part of me, but not really like the full me.
It's never. I don't think it's.
And then you didn't take it to the Summer Jam screen and just go on some ill rant online,
No.
like yo, fuck the
fade.
That shit definitely happens too, like on
all the
time.
time.
Like you know what I mean? So
It was still great, and so many people complimented me about it, which was funny.
Yeah.
But like,
I
was like, I hear y'all, but this is how I feel.
Right.
Well, we know you got champagne to go drink, so we're gonna let you. We're gonna let you go.
Oh yeah, okay.
This was amazing.
Yeah, this was super dope.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Rich Friend, signing off. Cash, thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Rich Friend, the Elevated Conversation is a Loudspeaker Network production. Our producer is Matt Raz. Our editor is Tim Einenkel. Our executive producer is Chris Morrow. The views, opinions, and hilarious jokes expressed on this podcast are solely those of the host and guests featured on the program, and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Tequila Avion and its affiliates. Please don't do it.